Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to historic Mike Johnson Park in Georgetown, South Carolina, as we get you set for the final game here of this Thursday at the Mingo Bay Classic between the Georgetown Bulldogs and the Washington Patriots. I'm Nick Verzolini, alongside me Spencer Dupuis. And Spencer, we've seen this Georgetown team now a few times over the last 2 years. We saw them last year in that semifinal game against Martinsburg. Saw them, of course, last night against Martinsburg. And they are an impressive team and will be a good test for the Washington Patriots out of the EPAC. An opportunity to continue to play some tough teams for Washington. They're 1-1 in this tournament. They got a win in the first game that we covered against Waccamaw.
In extra innings.
Yep, 10-7 win in extra innings. But yesterday, I believe it was a 12-0 loss for Washington. So it just kind of shows the inconsistencies of this team. And it seems like they can kind of compete with anyone if they're on their A game. And they're going to have to be on their A game tonight against this Georgetown team.
Yeah, they really are. You talk about Georgetown. Saw them last night facing Martinsburg, and I was turning on fence cam over there. I heard one of the older gentlemen, I'm assuming maybe an alumni, maybe somebody that's close to this baseball program, the ticket getter tonight. He was saying that it was a lot closer than they wanted it to be last night. So they thought Martinsburg played a great game against them, even though Martinsburg fell 4-2. So it'll be interesting to see how things go tonight. But, I mean, Washington, they've got nothing to lose. You know, it's good to see Brandon Dunbar pitch pretty well the other night after the injury scare he had last week. And, you know, we heard Colin Reed. He's making progress about coming back to pitching as well as playing the field. So Washington's starting to get into, mid-season form, as they would say, headed down the stretch of the season. But they got some nice unis they're rocking today. They're custom unis. I guess they order one custom uniform a season under Coach Desarno. So last year, Cam Moore was telling us that their jersey didn't come until sectionals. Well, I guess it showed up last week before they came down here, so they get to rock it down here. Pretty cool jersey.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll kind of describe it later when we get a better angle on it, but definitely a nice Washington jersey. Kind of looks like maybe those newer Nationals uniforms to an extent, but not exactly the same.
I would say it looks like the old Chicago White Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had my high school team. I didn't play baseball in high school, but they had ones just like that, except for it says, does it say Patriots on it, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, so like ours just had, in high school, just had the H logo, and then the Sox logo was the one the Sox had. But yeah, it's a pretty cool uniform.
Yep. So Washington's going to go with Josh McCarthy on the mound this evening. McCarthy has been, a consistent guy for him. I believe Coach said they're 2-0 when he's pitched, so they like their chances with him on the mound. And then on the other end, it's Connor Dupuis taking the mound for the Georgetown squad, a left-hander with, a strong arm and just a real good pitcher out there for Georgetown, and definitely, a tough matchup.
Yeah, definitely a tough matchup. We saw him last year against Martinsburg in that Friday game, and he pitched a really, really good game. And, now you're looking at him today. We heard potentially he was going to go last night. Turns out they didn't pitch him last night. So they're pitching their ace against Washington, and their ace shares a last name with me. No relation for those tuning in tonight. Not that I know of, at least.
Yeah, that is true. And I'm sure the viewers were very concerned if you guys were related.
I don't know. Coach Desarno just walked up to me and said, "Hey, you were right. They're pitching the guy that has got your same last name." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we will hear from head coach JT Desarno. This is the Skinner Law Firm countdown to first pitch. Brought to you by Skinner Law Firm, injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. We're back in 2 minutes.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process.
Brings up Camian Gonzalez with runners on the corners. Runner from first going, and it's a fair ball down the third base line by Gonzalez. That's going to allow one to score.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rox, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back to historic Mike Johnson Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis, Colin McLaughlin, our cameraman, as we get you set for Georgetown taking on Washington in the Skinner Law Firm countdown to first pitch. Our coaches' interviews is our next segment here on the pregame show, and we'll hear from head coach JT Desarno. Our coaches' interviews brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. Let's hear from the head coach of the Washington Patriots, JT Desarno. Here with head coach of the Washington Patriots, JT Desarno. Coach, your team's been 1-1 so far at the Mingo Bay Classic. First game was an exciting 10-7 win, and extras yesterday didn't really go your way, but what have you liked out of the guys so far in the tournament?
Well, I think it's kind of the way our season's been. It's the tale of two teams. One team, we perform really well. It seems like we hit the ball well and make the plays in the field. And generally when that happens, we win. And then days like yesterday, we couldn't get the bats working and we got shut out. And that's happened a little too much this year. So I'm just eager to get back out here, get that taste out of our mouth, and, move forward with tonight's game.
And, it kind of reminds you a little bit of how you guys ended last year. It seems like it's just kind of been up and down. And in this tournament, you performed really well, but then you came back and kind of struggled. I guess what are you hoping to get out of this tournament and today to hopefully, when you go back to the Eastern Panhandle, have some momentum and keep that momentum?
Yeah, it's probably the biggest change from last year to this year is the lineup, some new faces and new places, and we're just trying to keep tooling with it until something clicks and works. Some guys have settled into their spots and not necessarily where you thought they were going to start the season at, but now they're working on that. So, every game is just getting those reps and trying to turn the ship around and get it headed in the right direction. When the games ultimately mean the most towards the end of the season, and playing our best ball at the right time, hopefully.
What do you kind of know about your opponent today?
Well, it looks like I think they made it to the championship in this tournament last year. This is their home turf, and I think they're 2-0 so far this week. So, it might be the best team we've seen this week so far coming up tonight. But, it seems anytime that, you have that challenge ahead of you, as long as, we make the plays and we put the ball in play, we have as good a shot as anybody else.
Josh McCarthy pitching for you guys here today. What are you looking to get out of Josh?
Just what he's been doing. I think at the beginning of the year you kind of look and see who's going to step up when it comes to pitching that you might not have thought about in the off season. And he's been on the mound in 2 of our previous wins, so there was a lot of strikes, keeps him off balance, and I'm hopeful that he can fill that up and make them earn everything that they get tonight, not give them free bases. And I think if we put the defense behind them and make plays, we got a shot.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you to head coach JT Desarno. We'll take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll talk about how the rest of the EPAC has done so far here in the Mingo Bay Classic, as well as back home in the state of West Virginia. It's the EPAC Baseball Roundup on the other side of this break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball from the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community with 8 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Gitanjali Sangwan, Cardiology, Physician's Assistant Jada Brown, Neurosurgery, Certified Nurse Midwife Jennifer Glorioso, and the following nurse practitioners: Desiree Wolf, Pulmonology, Pamela Campbell, Nephrology, Jennifer Colvin, Neurology, Tori Linton, Orthopedics, and Dabney Wisecarver, OBGYN. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch! The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
To historic Mike Johnson Park, as we will actually change things up, go to the starting lineups now, as it looks like things are going to start maybe a little bit earlier than originally planned. So our starting lineups are brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. We'll start with the Washington Patriots leading off and playing left field, number 3. Gill batting second, the third baseman, number 7, Brandon Dunbar. Batting third, the shortstop, number 9, Cam Moore. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 14, Colin Reed. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 2, Andy Clem. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 23, Michael Poltar. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 1, Josh McCarthy. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 12, Schoen. And batting ninth, number 11, the center fielder, Jay Earl. For the Georgetown Bulldogs, leading off and playing shortstop, number 13, Venters. Batting second, number 4, the second baseman, number 4, Moody. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 15, Matthew Mitchell. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 3, C.P. Davis. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 31, Connor Dupuis. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 7, Miller Nash. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 28, Martin. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 10, Crocker. And rounding out the lineup in left field, number 8, Balloon. So we will take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we'll have first pitch. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month for April, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rox, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
I think so. We welcome you back here to historic Mike Johnson Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis. Georgetown taking on Washington this evening. Washington, the Patriots, 1-1 so far in the tournament. They are, of course, the visitors. And Georgetown, the home team here at historic Mike Johnson Park. Connor Dupuis on the mound for the Bulldogs. And it will be for Washington leading off Cam Gill, followed by Brandon Dunbar, and then Cam Moore. So a few things we were able to find out when talking to Coach Desarno. One is the reason why Cam Moore's been playing shortstop is kind of what I had speculated about the other night when that question had came up during the broadcast. It's like, hey, we know he wants to be catcher. We know he's a great catcher, but we need him at short defensively. So Moore slides in there at shortstop, and he's been obviously wanting to play catcher. But Spencer, it sounded like when I was talking to him that he's a kid that is willing to do what's best for the team. So
yeah, he really
stepped into that role.
He really is. He sounded kind of like that when we had him on the Sports Mix when he had announced his commitment. So.
Gill will take the first pitch for a called strike from the left-hander Dupuis.
First pitch exactly at 5:30.
The next pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 2. Our first pitch is brought to you by CMA Chevy of Martinsburg. Make your way to CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue today for quality vehicles, a friendly team, and professional service at every step of the way. Chevy, find new roads. 1-2 strike count here in the beginning of this one as the wind has picked up a little bit since our earlier game. And the sun has kind of hidden behind the clouds. The next pitch is popped up and out of play. Georgetown in the all-blue pinstripe uniforms with the white stripes. And blue letters written across his chest along with the blue numbers, and white hat with the blue bill. Here's a pitch inside. It's like a navy blue uniform. And then for Washington, it's those, like we said, kind of Chicago White Sox alternate type looks, only the Patriots colors of blue, red, and white.
And Patriots written across the chest.
Yep, yeah, in white and then outlined kind of in red with the blue background. The next pitch is popped up and out of play. So good battle here from Gill. He's worked the count even at 2-2 strikes to lead things off. White pants for the Patriots with the blue stripe down the side. Next pitch from Dupuis to Gill is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Now will bring Brandon Dunbar to the plate. 1 out here in the inning.
Yeah, Dupuis, from what we remember from last year, he's got some good stuff. So it's going to be tough, as he's their ace, from what we understand. So,
yeah, and
he was really good last year too. So I can't only imagine if he was the ace last year.
And he looks the part. I mean, big, strong kid,
big lefty, the hefty lefty.
I don't know if I call him the hefty lefty. That might be offensive. The next one's in there for a strike. The next pitch, called strike 2.
It's okay, Nick. We share a last name.
Yeah, you guys are family, so I guess you
not really, but
yeah, you might be.
Who knows?
How many Dupuis are out there?
That's a great question.
The 0-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Dunbar strikes out swinging. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Connor Dupuis.
Yeah, he's starting to deal so far, and if these are the first at-bats of the day, your first time you're seeing them live action. So you're going to take these things, use them later in the ballgame.
Cam Moore takes the first pitch low below the knees for ball 1. Moore, the 3-hitter in the lineup again, playing shortstop this evening. Wearing the number 9. As he awaits the next pitch from Dupuis. The left-hander's pitch is a little bit low for ball 2.
If you're tuning in, trying to hear the illustrious voice of Trip Tobin, he is unfortunately taking the night off to have a night out on the town with his wife, who's in Myrtle Beach as well.
Do you think the fans, they tune in for Trip Tobin?
You never know. You never know.
3-0 count here.
You never know.
I'm sure Trip has his fans out there.
Yeah. He might be tuning in on his phone.
Could be, yeah. The 3-0 pitch to Moore is a called strike number 1.
It's only 5:30. I don't know what time they're headed to dinner.
Yeah, I didn't ask.
Yeah, he just said he was going to dinner with his wife. So
the 3-1 hit into left field, and making the play on a good adjustment is Stuart Balloon out there in left. So 1-2-3 go the Patriots. We head to the bottom of the first. Georgetown coming to the plate. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
We welcome you back here to Mike Johnson Park, Washington.
People got a little humming from me there.
Yeah, they might have. Josh McCarthy takes the mound here tonight for the Washington Patriots. It will be Venters, Moody, Mitchell due up to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Georgetown Bulldogs. Georgetown, of course, one of the host teams here in the tournament. And, McCarthy on the mound here to start things. A guy, Spencer, that may not blow you away. You don't necessarily think of him when you think of some of the top EPAC pitchers, but a really solid pitcher and a guy that can, eat up some innings for you and give you a good quality start out there on the mound. So it may not be, one of the dominant pitchers that we see in the Eastern Panhandle, but certainly one of the quality ones.
Yeah, definitely one of the quality ones. And, there's a lot of quality on this team when it comes to pitchers. And, right now, Colin Reed can't pitch, and he's arguably their best pitcher. But Brandon Dunbar had a great outing the other night. And, you look at McCarthy and, you look at just the other guys on this team that are able to pitch. Clem had a pretty good outing going until an unfortunate situation in that Hedgesville.
Yep, so we'll see McCarthy here to begin things. It will be Venters, Moody, Mitchell, as I mentioned, to lead things off. Cliff Venters, the leadoff hitter. One of the returners. It seems like this team really did return a lot from last year. Remember a lot of these names from when we were down here.
Yeah.
So, and they were a good team last year, so like we said, imagine how much better they've gotten over the year. And here comes the first pitch from McCarthy, and it's fouled off into the netting.
What as Tripp said earlier, last night in the broadcast that, they're a team that is expected to vie for the South Carolina State Championship in their respective classification.
The 0-1 pitch from McCarthy is low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Venters, the shortstop. McCarthy looking into his catcher, Poltar. And the pitch. A little bit high and outside for ball 2. Defense for Washington, it's Poltar behind the plate. Dunbar down there at third. Cam Moore at shortstop. Showing at second. Clem at first, and from left to right in the outfield, it's Gill, Earl, and Kearns. This one popped foul and out of play. Colin Reed DHing again for Kearns. Getting closer, but not quite there yet to playing the field again. And, you know, obviously a guy you would love to see out on the mound for Washington. He would certainly help bring some consistency to this team, which is really what Coach Desarno is looking for. Here's another pop fly. This one, though, in the field of play. Dunbar comes over, makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, I mean, the only good, it's good and bad in the way because you don't want to have to do it, but, I mean, the senior leadership clearly shows. The other night, he was basically another assistant coach while they were fielding.
Yeah.
So,
and it does allow other guys to get more innings out on the mound. So if you do, get Colin Reed at 100% come sectional time, not only do you have him pitching, hopefully at 100% pitching well for you, but those other guys that you maybe didn't know what you had out of them, you've now seen. So from that perspective, it could be positive, but obviously you'd rather have him out there if you had to choose. First pitch misses high to Moody. The next one from McCarthy's low for ball 2. So 2-0 count here on Moody. The second baseman wearing number 4 and back-to-back lefties to lead things off here for Georgetown. Josh McCarthy resets and delivers, and another bouncer, 3-0 count. Poltar comes out, speaks a little bit to McCarthy here on 3-0. And Moody will dig back into the left-handed hitter's batter's box. The lights come on here at Georgetown, and the next pitch from McCarthy, low for ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Moody with 1 out in the inning, and Mitchell comes to the plate, the designated hitter.
Number 15, Matthew Mitchell.
Matthew Mitchell, the DH. So, good opportunity here for Georgetown to strike first with a runner on first base and just 1 out, and your DH at the plate. At least to get some sort of rally going against Washington. There's a strike and a throw down. Slide in safely there at first on a swing and a foul tip. Poltar keeping the runner close down there. Andy Clem playing first this evening. Now Connor Smith in the lineup. He's been playing a lot of the first base. That's Colin Reed's one down. Runner takes off. The throw down from Poltar. It's a good throw, and he got him at second base.
What a great throw, and great pick there as well to get the out and take the runner off the bags.
And Poltar's not even the guy that we would expect. Again, we talked about Cam Moore and how you want him to be catching, but Poltar's filled in, and with Moore playing shortstop now due to other defensive issues Washington's had. Great throw down there from Poltar and get that runner off the base pass for Josh McCarthy, who's now pitching with 2 down, and he's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the DH Mitchell. A 3-hitter in the lineup. Digs back in here for the 1-2. Josh McCarthy takes a breath and sets. Kicks and deals, and the next pitch low for ball 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCarthy looks into his catcher, Poltar. And again, he resets and delivers the 2-2 pitch, and it's right down the heart of the plate for strike 3. McCarthy gets out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, essentially, after the throw out at second base. We head to the second. No score between Washington and Georgetown. We'll take a 60-second break. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
And the
streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
We welcome you back here to Georgetown. I'm Nick Verzolini, alongside me Spencer Dupuis. Washington coming to the plate. It's the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Patriots. Colin Reed, Andy Clem, and Michael Poltar for Washington. No score between Washington and Georgetown here in the Mingo Bay Classic. And Spencer, some good defense being shown by the Patriots, able to get a runner out there at second. That really took any pressure off for Josh McCarthy, and then he was able to get that strikeout there at the end of the inning.
Yeah, he really was, and I think, you talked about it during the inning about Polthar behind the plate. You expected going into the year that Cam Moore was going to be your catcher, your everyday catcher, but some problems there at shortstop. Forced Coach Desarno to make the decision. And Cam Moore will do anything it is for this team. And, working out pretty well. They've got two great catchers.
Colin Reed takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Big matchup here. Connor Dupuis versus Colin Reed. Reed, the senior DH in this ball game. He takes that one inside for a ball. 2-0 count. And you can tell that Georgetown may or may not remember Reed from last year. I believe they squared off, these two teams did. And the pitch here crushed out towards center. Going back on it is the center fielder, Nash.
He makes the catch.
And he makes the catch at the warning track for out number one.
Did these two teams face off?
I'm not sure if they did or not. I know Washington is playing a lot of the same teams that they played last year, but maybe not the exact same schedule.
They did. They lost 2-0.
So they were competitive against this team last year, and Colin Reed flies out there to center field to begin the top of the second.
It was Dunbar in that one that went 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 runs, 1 earned, while striking out 3, just 2 hits given up. As it was Mitchell on the mound for Georgetown.
Clem takes this one for a strike. Next pitch is low for ball one. Clem playing first base this evening. The next pitch from the lefty Dupuis is fouled away. So 1 ball, 2 strike count here on Clem. 1 out here in the inning. Top of the second. No score between Washington and Georgetown. The next pitch popped and foul and out of play. So Clem battling here against Connor Dupuis. He's got 1 ball, 2 strike count. Poltar in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, Poltar was one of the guys last year that had 1 of the 2 hits for the Patriots against Georgetown. The other was departed Braden Stoudemire, who's at Shepherd.
This one hit on the ground, rolling foul down the first base line. If I'm not mistaken, I think the tournament is when we first saw Michael Poltar play for Washington, because I believe he had broken his wrist or something in the preseason last year.
Yeah, also found this out. Andy Clem apparently is the cousin of Colin and Dylan's best friend from Berkeley Springs.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3 from Andy Clem.
Fun fact.
Well, you said Colin and Nick, I was confused.
Why? I meant Colin and Dylan.
Yes. Dylan back in the studio in Martinsburg. Colin running camera. Spencer and I on the call. The pitch here to Poltar is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the second inning. So Poltar trying to battle here after Clem goes down. And the pitch outside for ball 2. So Poltar works ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. And Dupuis looks back in and delivers the 2-0 pitch. That one called strike one. Poltar was taken all the way on that pitch. Josh McCarthy's on the on-deck circle.
Breeze starting to pick up again.
This one popped foul out of play. One thing Washington is doing is making Connor Dupuis work at the very least. Not doing a whole lot of damage, but each at-bat has been a competitive one, even the strikeouts. The next pitch to Poltar is outside for a ball. 3-2 now. Reed flew out to center to lead things off here in the second. Clem struck out. And the next pitch, nope, we'll have a time called, I believe, by Poltar there at the plate.
This next pitch will be pitch number 30 from Dupuis.
Dupuis kicks and deals, and that's taken low for ball 4. So with 2 outs in the inning, Poltar walks, and that'll bring Josh McCarthy to the plate. And a chance for Washington to potentially get something going. Coach Desarno is going to go down and speak with his pitcher, trying to get a courtesy runner right now for the catcher. Poltar, I believe, is what the delay is, but there's our courtesy runner. It looks to be number 21.
Wilt.
Yep, Wilt coming on to run here for Washington. He'll take his lead off of first. And Dupuis stares him down and now delivers the pitch. And it misses outside for a ball. So Wilt standing on first, showing in the on-deck circle. McCarthy at the plate. And he awaits a 1-0 from Dupuis. The next pitch, low and outside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes.
They're really making Dupuis work this inning.
Yep. And if they can get into maybe the bullpen, you can potentially put some runs up. But again, more pitches he throws, more pressure you put on that defense could make it tough. Here's a throw over. Wilt slides back in safely. As we see all the time in high school baseball, it's not always about getting a bunch of great, well-hit baseballs, just putting pressure on the defense, and kids will make, errors and mistakes more often than not, or at least more often than you would think maybe, as this one's a pop fly out to left field, and making the play is ballooned to end the inning. So the Patriots strand a runner. We head to the bottom of the second. Still no score between Washington and Georgetown. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar & Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. To get the best opportunity to be seen and recruited, join the American Legion Post 14 Hornets baseball team. Managed by Trip Tobin, Post 14 will prepare you for the next level by playing the best possible schedule, along with an experienced coaching staff and alumni coming back to help guide you through the process. Don't believe me? Ask Washington Patriot and Fairmont State commit Cam Moore.
I've gotten a lot of looks with Post 14, more than any other team. It's probably been one of my favorite teams to play for.
The Berkeley Post 14 Hornets are the premier Legion baseball team in the area.
We welcome you back here to Mike Johnson Park. No score between Washington and Georgetown. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis, as McCarthy getting ready to come back out on the mound as he finish up his warm-up pitches. As we begin the bottom of the second inning between Washington and Georgetown. And Washington winning game 1 of this Mingo Bay Classic. They went to extra innings to defeat Waccamaw 10-7, and then lost yesterday 12-0. So looking to bounce back, get a win here against a really quality Georgetown Bulldogs team, one of the best teams in the state of South Carolina in their classification, and a team that certainly has a lot of talent. As coming to the plate to lead things off is the catcher and the number 4 hitter in the lineup, C.P. Davis. Following him will be Connor Dupuis, and then Miller Nash, the center fielder in the 6 hole. So middle of the order after a 1-2-3 inning for McCarthy. His pitch missing outside for a ball. Next pitch is fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike here on the batter.
We'll get to the EPAC baseball roundup between pitches here. That's brought to you by Jambo Construction and Fencing, a veteran-owned company that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. For a free estimate, call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 this morning. First game of the day between these EPAC teams saw Hedgesville go 3-0 in the tournament. They'll have 1 game tomorrow. They took a 2-1 win over Lake City out of South Carolina. And then Hedgesville, they fell in their ball game. I believe it was a 1-0 loss.
There's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on the catcher, Davis.
It was a 1-0 loss to High Point Christian. They go 2-1 to wait to be seeded.
This one hit on the ground toward first, and Clem fields it and steps on the bag for out number 1. So 1 down here in the inning, and that will bring Connor Dupuis to the plate.
Martinsburg got an 11-5 victory right here earlier today against Shady Spring. They're 1-2 for the tournament. They wait for tomorrow's game. And then back at home, Spring Mill's in action right now. They're tied up with Petersburg 5-5. And Musselman just getting started at Ripley.
Thank you, Spencer, for the EPAC baseball roundup, as that one misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Here to Dupuis. McCarthy now delivers the 1-0, and it misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here on Dupuis. The pitcher for the Georgetown Bulldogs, and pretty good hitter as well, batting in the 5th spot. Pitcher versus pitcher matchup here as McCarthy delivers a 2-0 pitch, and it's in there for a called strike. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the inning. Next pitch from McCarthy at the knees for a called strike, 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning. No score here between Washington and Georgetown. McCarthy looks into his catcher. Poltar delivers, and that one lined into center field. Going back is Earl, and that's off the wall. Dupuis rounding first, and he slides in there awkwardly.
Past the base.
For a double.
He slid past the base. Lucky.
He still landed on part of it, though.
Yeah.
Very awkward-looking slide from Connor Dupuis. But he's in there at second with 1 out in the inning. It appears to be all right. He'll get a courtesy runner.
Hey, Nick, looking at the weather here tonight, possible some rain coming in. It says drizzling right now in the area. I don't think it's drizzling yet, but rain setting in for tonight. Set to be finished around 8, 9, 10 a.m. tomorrow, so hopefully we can get some games in here, or they can get some games in here at the Mingo Bay Classic tomorrow for the seeded games after for day 4, the semifinals per se for some.
There's a swing and miss, strike 1, and Nash keep the runner though there at second after the Dupuis double. He gets a courtesy runner. Our weather, as you just mentioned, Spencer, brought to you by CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg on Foxcroft Avenue, home of the lifetime limited powertrain warranty with every new vehicle that we sell at no additional cost to you. There's a pitch that misses low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Miller Nash, the center fielder. As Dupuis just sent a rocket out there to right center to get that double down. McCarthy checking the runner and delivering another pitch low in the dirt, blocked by Poltar. Keep that runner at second base. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Miller Nash. McCarthy got that count to 2-2 on Dupuis and looked like he was starting to maybe really find it, but just missed his location on the 2-2 pitch, and Dupuis made him pay. See still if he can get out of this early kind of jam situation. That one's fouled back. So again, a 2-ball, 2-strike count here on Miller Nash. Martin standing there in the on-deck circle, the first baseman. With no score between these two teams, Georgetown trying to get on the board here first in the bottom of the second. McCarthy checks the runner. That one just fouled off by Nash. Nash playing center field today. Washington working here with a 1 out in the inning. McCarthy delivers the pitch, and this one popped up into left center field. Earl will make the play, the center fielder, and prevent the runner from tagging for out number 2.
Yeah, that was big, a great catch, and get it to his man on the throw-in to stop the runner from advancing. Because the way that this game's going right now, obviously it's just the bottom of the second inning, but it could be one of those games where not a lot happens. So, 1 run could be the defining moment for this game, so you want to keep them off third as best as possible.
Well, you always want to be the team that strikes first, I think.
That as well.
That's always good for your pitcher and his confidence. As Martin comes to the plate, there's a bouncer. Runner going down to third. The throw from Poltar bounces in front of Dunbar. Always, though, dangerous to throw down to third. Because if that ball goes to the outfield, then you have a runner coming around to score easily. Poltar, though, did already throw out a runner once this evening in the first inning, but they're able to advance as the courtesy runner down to third base. So runner standing on third, 2 outs in the inning, and Martin at the plate. The first baseman takes a healthy hack at that one for strike 1.
Jim McCarthy throwing in some good pitches today.
Yep, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Definitely putting together a good start to this one. Runner on third, the next pitch. That should be, and it is. Strike 2.
I was going to try and look at his stats for the season. Unfortunately, we can't see those on Game Changer.
Yep. Have to see if we can maybe get access to those at some point for the Washington team. But the next pitch is popped up, heading out of play. And it is not playable over there down the first base line for Andy Clem and the Washington defense.
McCarthy's last game on the mound, he went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts last Wednesday, April 5th. As the Patriots beat Broad Run out of Virginia 4-1. He was the pitcher of record in that one.
The 1-2 lined into center field, right field, and it gets down for a base hit. That scores the runner easily from third. It's 1-0 Georgetown here in the bottom of the second. So RBI single for Martin. Now bring Thomas Crocker to the plate. Crocker playing right field and wearing number 10, and a 2-out single, RBI single there from Martin gives Georgetown the early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. McCarthy delivers the next pitch. It's a bouncer to Poltar, the catcher. He blocks it again. Like to see, if you're Washington, McCarthy get out of this inning with just 1 run on the board. that advance on the pass ball now really playing a big factor in the early part of this ball game as it helps them take this 1-0 lead. Here's a fastball that's a swing and a miss for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Crocker, the number 8 hitter. Balloon in the on-deck circle for Georgetown. McCarthy's 1-1 pitch is a called strike 2 at the knees.
Yeah, just need one more strike here to get out of it as it's the 1-2 with 2 outs.
Runner on first is Martin after the RBI single to give Georgetown the early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. The next pitch from McCarthy in the dirt. That gets away from the catcher, Poltar, and the runner advances from first to second. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and now a runner in scoring position, Spencer.
Yeah, and through 2, McCarthy going on 40 pitches here.
So both pitchers, while the scoring hasn't been high so far,
they've put themselves in
they've been battling.
Situations.
We're just really good at bats as well,
Yeah.
I think. Here's McCarthy, forces him to foul off another one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just 1 walk there for McCarthy and 1 walk for Dupuis. Dupuis been able to strike out 3. You know, we know McCarthy's not a huge strikeout guy, but he's been able to get 1 so far here on just 2 hits.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down in the inning. Runner on second base in the bottom of the second. The pitch for McCarthy. Oh, looked like strike 3, but no call from the home plate umpire, so it will be ball 3 instead. A full count here with 2 down in the inning and a 1-0 lead for Georgetown. McCarthy looks into his catcher, Poltar, with a runner on second base taking his lead. Checks the runner now, does McCarthy, and Josh delivers the next pitch. Ball number 4. It's a walk. And with 2 down in the inning, all of a sudden, a little rally started here for the Georgetown Bulldogs. Balloon coming to the plate. The left fielder. Two runners on for the number 9 hitter, Balloon. McCarthy looks back at that runner on second base and delivers his first pitch, and that one a called strike. Very close has Josh McCarthy come to getting out of this inning, but again, he'll have to face another batter and try to work past Balloon here, the number 9 hitter. The next pitch, called strike 2. Borderline pitch there, but this time Washington gets the call. 0-2 count here on McCarthy in the second. Runner takes his lead off second. Runner on first as well for Georgetown. The next pitch outside. Waste pitch there for ball 1. Trying to get Balloon to swing and miss as Crocker drew that walk to extend this inning, and Martin had that RBI single. He stands on second base. It's 1-0 Georgetown here in the bottom of the second with 2 down and a 1-2 count on the number 9 hitter, Balloon. This one lined into right field, right center field. Earl going back and leaps and makes the catch for out number 3. A great play on the run by Earl. That will end the inning. We head to the third. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
You guys like JT?
welcome you back here to Mike Johnson Park in Georgetown, South Carolina. 1-0. Georgetown leads Washington as we head to the third inning between the two teams. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis, and it is Schoen, Earl, Gill due up for the Patriots, 8-9-1 hitters. So Gabe Schoen to lead things off. Schoen playing second base this evening. And Connor Dupuis remains on the mound for Georgetown. That one misses inside for ball 1. Schoen, the second baseman, wearing number 12, batting right-handed. Shows bunt, now pulls it back. The pitch from Dupuis misses low for a ball. 2-0 count here on Schoen. As Washington trails 1-0 here in the bottom of the top of the third inning, I should say. The next pitch in there for a called strike. So Dupuis has worked the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next pitch from the left-hander to Schoen is high for ball number 3. Now we'll bring a quick little mound visit out from C.P. Davis, the catcher, just to speak with his pitcher a little bit here. Is a little bit high on that one, and now he retreats back behind the plate. Coach Desarno having a conversation with Gabe Schoen, and Schoen will now return to the batter's box. His team down 1-0 here in the third inning, 3-1 count. Schoen leading this inning off. The pitch to number 8 hitter misses outside for ball 4. That'll put him on base, and a guy at the bottom of the order, Spencer, doing his job, trying to turn it back over to the top with some guys on the base pass.
Yeah, he's doing his job, seeing some pitches, and being able to keep that bat back and take the walk.
So it'll be Jackson Earl here to the plate. And the pitch to Earl as he lays down a bunt, but that will go foul. Obviously, Earl trying to advance that runner in a 1-0 game. He has good speed, too, as we've seen in center field. If he can get a good one down, it could be trouble for Georgetown and their defense. As third baseman Kraus playing in on the grass now, and the Dupuis checks the runner at first.
No, I'm confused.
And throws over. Schoen takes off, slides into second. He's out.
He's wearing number 11, right?
Picked off there at second base. Yes.
And you said that's Jackson Earl.
That's what I heard from the dugout, yeah.
Now I'm confused because Game Changer has Jackson as 10 and Jamison as 11.
I believe you're right. That's what we've been calling all season, but I swore I heard from the dugout them chanting Jackson. It sounds like a come on Jacks to me, right?
Unless it's like a joke thing, right? Like an inside joke.
Could be.
I'm confused. I was thinking that was him in center.
Let's just stick with Earl, and then we'll be right.
Yeah.
The pitch to Earl. Calling strike at the knees, looked a little low. So runner picked off there, and Gabe Schoen, as he took his lead off first, and that really hurts the Patriots as they got that lead runner on. But now chopper hit towards short, throw over, in time for out number 2. So it could have been a potential rally for Washington as they were able to get the lead runner on with a walk for Schoen. You then get him picked off, and then a ground out for Earl, and quickly there's 2 down in the inning for the leadoff hitter Gill. First pitch misses for ball 1. 6-3 ground out for Earl. Gill on the day struck out his first time. That pitch misses high for ball 2.
Make it Dupuis work this inning, though.
They have all game, really. He does have 3 strikeouts, but swinging a big miss for Gill for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I mean, it's only the third inning.
The next pitch to Dupuis is low for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning, a 1-0 lead for Georgetown over Washington.
Big breeze coming in here.
Let's go, baby. Come on here, Gilfish.
The next pitch to Gill. Inside for ball 4. He'll take his base. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit here at historic Mike Johnson Park, and Brandon Dunbar will come to the plate after the 2-out walk from Gill. Dunbar a strikeout his first time up. The runner takes his lead off first, and Gill, the next pitch to Dunbar is inside for ball 1. Brandon Dunbar playing third base this evening. Seen him pitch a little bit last year and this year. He's just consistently been a solid contributor to this Washington lineup. This one a chopper hit towards second and gives the issues for Venters over there at second base. He can't field it cleanly, and Dunbar is on. We'll see how they officially rule that. I think they might give him the infield single, since it was hit well up the middle. Was a tough rollover for Venters,
Yes.
but he did get a glove on it, so I wasn't
That
sure
is how it's
for
scored.
certain, and they do give an infield single there for Brandon Dunbar, and all of a sudden Washington has another chance to strike with Moore at the plate. 2 guys on the base pass and 2 outs, one of the best hitters in the Eastern Panhandle, and he takes that pitch for a called strike. Cam Moore flew out to left field his first time up. And Washington has some momentum. The dugout getting into it as well.
Yeah, you can hear it.
The pitch from Dupuis to Moore is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Cam. Wearing those new uniforms for the Patriots. Dupuis.
More of the Fairmont State commit.
Checks both runners, now delivers the pitch high for ball number 2. 2 balls and a strike to Cameron Moore. Colin Reed in the on-deck circle. This could be a big inning if Moore can come through for a hit here and potentially tie this one here in the top of the 3rd. The pitch to Moore. Swung on. Hit into shallow left field. Charging in and making the play out there is Stuart Malone to end the inning for Washington. So a little bit of a rally cut short. 2 guys left on base for the Patriots. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. 1-0. Georgetown on top of Washington. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
We welcome you back here to Mike Johnson Park. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis. And back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. Our cameraman tonight is Kyle McLaughlin. And our score is Georgetown 1, Washington 0. Bottom of the 3rd inning between the 2 teams here. The Mingo Bay Classic in Georgetown, South Carolina. And Spencer, been a good one so far. Georgetown was able to get a little rally going and was able to get a run in.
Yeah.
But overall, McCarthy stood up to this pretty talented lineup and At least the first time through, not a whole lot of damage against them.
Not a whole lot of damage. I did get some of the number. Figured out the number situation. And we'll let this pitch come by.
As it's low for ball 1.
So Jackson Earl is number 11. Some unis, he wears number 10 because of just the number. And Jameson is number 24.
Okay.
From Coach Desarno.
So good on the clarification there. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On Venters, he lined out his first time to third. This one he takes low and apparently a hit off his foot. So a hit by pitch there puts a runner on to lead off the third here for Georgetown.
Get an update from Ripley, West Virginia, as Musselman's up there making their way back from the northern Panhandle. Unfortunately, they give up a 4 spot in the top of the first inning, bottom of the first inning. 1 inning pitch so far for Dylan Stevens. 3 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 27 pitches. But top of the second inning, they've got runners on second and third with 1 out, so they're trying to attack.
Now Georgetown squares around a bunt, pulls the bunt back, and the pitch is in the zone for strike 1 for McCarthy. So runner on first, and Venters after the hit by a pitch. Moody coming to the plate, and the left-hander walked his first time up, but then he was picked off on a throw down, an excellent throw down from Poulter to catch him stealing. Here's a thrower to first, and slide back in safely there from Venters at first base. 0-1. The pitch to Mooney, hit on the ground toward third. Great scoop by Dunbar, try to turn 2. Throw to second in time, but throw to first, a bouncer, and unable to get the double play, but does get 1 out here in the inning. So with 1 out, Mitchell will come to the plate with a runner on first.
Yeah, they get the lead runner there. Update in the Musselman game, they've scored 2 runs on an error. Dylan Stevens and Trevor Bohr come in, and as Moberly hit a ball and reached on the air by the third baseman.
Mitchell struck out looking his first time up. Matt Mitchell, the designated hitter, hitting here with a runner on first base. McCarthy delivers that pitch. It's called strike. When Josh McCarthy's hit that spot, he's been connecting and getting those calls throughout this one. McCarthy checking the runner on first, throws over to Andy Clem at first base, who tags the runner but slides back in safely. There is Moody. 0-1 count on Mitchell with 1 down and a 1-0 lead for Georgetown over Washington. Here's a pitch low for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the third inning between Georgetown and Washington here at historic Mike Johnson Park in Georgetown, South Carolina, just outside Myrtle Beach at the Mingo Bay Classic. Here's the throw and the pitch, and it's low for a ball. 4 EPAC teams were able to make the trip this year for this tournament. Martinsburg getting an 11-5 win earlier today. First win for them in the tournament. Washington 1-1 so far. The throw down to first. And sliding back in there safely is Moody. So a 3-1 count with 1 out in the inning on Mitchell. Washington's 10-7 win over Waccamaw on night 1 of the Mingo Bay Classic. The 12-0 loss yesterday. Here's a pitch that misses low for ball 4. And it's runners on first and second for Georgetown with just 1 out. And the number 4 hitter, C.P. Davis, coming to the plate, the catcher. Davis grounded out his first time. And a chance for Georgetown to extend its 1-0 lead over Washington here in the inning. Davis, as I mentioned, grounded out his first time up. McCarthy's first pitch to him is a little bit high for ball one.
This is one of two games going on right now at the Mingo Bay Classic, as the other game is Waccamaw hosting McClancy, as the other games have all completed for the day. As I would venture to bet the directors of the Mingo Bay Classic here are getting ready to make some scheduling for tomorrow, as again, Friday and Saturday scheduling is determined on how you do throughout the week. Put you into a little bracket, and then if you win tomorrow, you'll head to Saturday.
This one hit out toward right, fielded cleanly by Kearns out there on the tag up from second. The runner advances from second to third. So it's runners on the corners with 2 down in the inning. With Connor Dupuis coming to the plate, he had the RBI, or I'm sorry, he had a double, and then his runner came around to score to lead off the second inning. But runners on first and third now for Dupuis with 2 down and a 1-0 lead for Georgetown, after the sacrifice fly coming from Davis. The pitch here, up and heading out of play down the third base line. It hits off of that yellow top of the fencing.
I actually think it, looking at the camera, Colin was able to get the angle there. I think it hit off of the, they've got like benches out there.
Ah, okay.
And I think usually, like typically, their bullpen people may sit out there. I'm not too sure, but that's where the coaches were sitting for the next games. So I was interviewing Coach Byler out there the other day.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it had hit off that yellow fence. I do see someone adjusted, so maybe you're wrong, Spencer.
Well, no, I think Dunbar hit it.
Ah.
I heard a big, loud aluminum sound.
It could be, yeah. Kind of a tough angle exactly for me to tell, but you do have the angle through camera.
Yeah.
Through the camera, so that helps you out a little bit on a play like that. But Dupuis, anyways, just fouled off the pitch with more runners on the corners. The 0-1 is ripped towards second, but a great field from Gabe Showen, and he throws the first in time for out number 3. So Georgetown strands 2 runners, and we head to the top of the 4th. Just 1-0 lead for Georgetown. Washington coming back to the plate. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia, that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We welcome you back to historic Mike Johnson Park. Georgetown 1, Washington 0 here at the Mingo Bay Classic. We're at Georgetown, South Carolina, down near Myrtle Beach. And a 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs over the Patriots. Andy Clem will lead things off to begin this inning. I'm sorry, it should be, Colin Reed will lead things off, followed by Clem, as it's the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Patriots. Reed flew out his first time to center field, getting an opportunity here in the leadoff spot, and they would like him to at least probably get a double here and get things started the right way for Washington, as they've had a few opportunities in that last inning to potentially get some runs across, but a base running mistake really hurt them, and then with 2 runners on, unfortunately for Washington, Cam Moore couldn't come through with a hit, and he flew out to left field. First pitch to Reed is low for ball 1.
Clear, College.
Colin flew out the center his first time up. The next pitch to Reed is hit hard into the gap in right center, but it is caught on the run by Thomas Crocker for out number 1. So Reed is retired with his second flyout of the day. And now bring Andy Clem to the plate, who struck out his first time. Dupuis, the lefty, kicks and deals, and Clem takes it for ball 1.
Lefty matchup.
The next pitch to Clem, high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Andy Clem, the first baseman today. In the 5-hole, looking to get something going for Washington. There's a called strike at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count. Dupuis on the next pitch. Outside for ball 3. So a 3-1 count here on Andy Clem. Michael Poltar standing in the on-deck circle, looking to pick him up if Clem's able to find a way to get on base. And on 3-1, he takes a swing at a pitch in the dirt.
I think he wanted
strike
to
2.
tie the thing up with that one. He put a lot into that swing.
But the pitch fooled him from Dupuis. The full count pitch to Clem. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Again, another tough pitch there, low. It looks like Dupuis, though, kind of went to those pitches with some good movement after he saw Clem really take a big swing at the last one. So he gets him to strike out. Now bring Poltar to the plate. He walked his first time. And now with 2 outs in the inning, Poltar takes the first one for a ball up and in. So 1-0 count on Poltar. The next pitch to the catcher is a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. The next pitch from the lefty. Outside for ball 2. 2-1 count on Poltar. Dupuis delivers the 2-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 4th. 1-0 Georgetown. The next pitch to Mike Poltar is out inside, I should say, for ball 3. So full count again. Dupuis has been challenged, but Washington so far has yet to get a run across. The full count pitch from Dupuis, a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Good way to end the inning for the left-hander, Connor Dupuis. We head to the bottom of the 4th, and our score remains Georgetown 1, Washington 0. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back to the Mingo Bay Classic here at Georgetown, historic Mike Johnson Park. 1-0 Georgetown leading Washington, the Patriots, here as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning between Georgetown and Washington. Josh McCarthy remaining on the mound for Washington. It will be Nash, Martin, Crocker due up for the Bulldogs. But, so far, some good stuff from Josh McCarthy. Again, he doesn't have necessarily the strikeout stuff all the time, but he only has one strikeout today. But he's letting his defense play well behind him so far, and getting guys out of the inning, in different ways. And I think it's been a pretty solid performance from McCarthy. And if they can continue to get good pitching from him, Dunbar, some of these other pitchers on this staff outside of course, Colin Reed, until Colin is 100%. It makes this, of course, we know Semitic is talented as well. It makes this Washington team, certainly dangerous and a team to be talked about. Now, we'll see. I mean, Jefferson, we know, will probably continue to get better, but I think this is the closest Washington's going to come here to beating Jefferson in a potential sectional.
Will be the sectional.
Well, they got to get past Hampshire first, of course.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about Hampshire.
But most likely in a sectional championship. And there's a swing and a miss for strike two. But I think it's going to be pretty close between those two teams. In the past, it's been close, but I mean, Jefferson's always had an edge, and this year it's not as big of an edge, I don't think, because here's a ground ball to second base in time for out number one. I mean, they still have John Lowry Sr., so.
Yeah, congrats again to those 1,400 wins, says head coach John Lowry Sr.
So as long as you have him coaching, I mean, that is quite the edge.
Yeah. It's the experience, the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's the
knowing how to get a team to get better throughout a season.
Yeah, and I think it's the knowing, too, having, worked with all these high school pitchers forever, knowing what their tendencies are as high schoolers.
Yep, there's a big swing and a miss for strike one. So,
like, we see him come out and make an early mound visit. You kind of think that's odd, but that's just what he does. And it works, it seems like.
Yeah, usually does. Jefferson's played pretty well down here, so maybe they're starting to feel it a little bit. Here's a pop fly over toward first, and Clem makes the play for out number two. So quickly, McCarthy, again, letting that defense play well behind him, gets two quick outs here on this talented Georgetown lineup. As Nash grounded out to second, and then Martin pops out to the first baseman. And that'll bring Thomas Crocker to the plate, who walked his first time up back in the second inning. And the pitch from McCarthy is a called strike at the knees. Josh McCarthy wearing the number one, the right-hander for Washington. And catcher Poltar needs a new glove.
Glove under his hand? No, yeah. What happened to his
catcher? I think maybe the seam or whatever, the
knot,
the string or whatever. It's not really a string, but like the rope, I guess, on the glove. You know what I'm talking about? Like kind of like came loose. It looks like. I don't know, but he's got a new glove now, so that's what's most important.
Yeah.
Got in a weird situation. I don't know. McCarthy must be throwing the heat.
I guess that's what it is. McCarthy's
so much that he broke the glove.
He broke the glove because he's throwing the heat.
0-1 count with two down. The next pitch from Josh McCarthy, a swing and a miss. New glove doesn't matter. Strike two. McCarthy looks into his catcher, Poltar. Crocker sends this one on the ground toward third. Dunbar fields it cleanly. Throwing over to first. Clem, a little bit of a leap, and a tag on the bag for out number three. Very quick inning. 1, 2, 3. Go the Bulldogs. We head to the fifth. Still 1-0 Georgetown. Washington Bats need to get things going. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month for April, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
1-0. Georgetown on top of Washington as we welcome you back to historic Mike Johnson Park. Connor Dupuis throwing a gem so far on the mound for the Bulldogs of Georgetown, but Washington certainly battling, and a guy that's pretty much matched him on the other end, Josh McCarthy, coming to the plate here to lead off this inning, trying to get something going for this Washington offense, Spencer. Which so far has been held to just one hit. It's only had a few base runners here and there, and that one hit was, an infield single by Brandon Dunbar. So Dupuis has really held him in check. I mean, Washington's battle at the plate, but they're just trying to get something to go their way offensively here. McCarthy starts the inning with a fly ball to shallow center. Venters, the shortstop, makes the play behind second base for out number 1. So fly out to the shortstop there. And Gabe Schoen will come to the plate. You saw Spencer, Coach Desarno kind of huddle up his guys like, Josh has given us this great outing on the mound. We love to see some run support here for him. And this one taken for a strike. But, I mean, Dupuis definitely a very tough pitcher, so it's not necessarily all on Washington. I mean, they have got the pitch count up quite a bit, but haven't broken through yet. And there's a called strike number 2.
70th pitch from Dupuis on the mound.
3 4 1/3.
Of one-hit baseball.
The next pitch to Schoen, a little bit high for ball 1. Gabe Schoen, the second baseman, made some good plays defensively so far. He did draw a walk. He did his job to lead off the third. And the next pitch to Schoen, a called strike 3 looking. And that's now strikeout number 4 on the day. I'm sorry, number 6 on the day for Connor Dupuis.
Yep.
Jackson Earl. Well, you see, or you might have heard there what I was talking about, Spencer.
Yeah.
I told you in between the break that the lineup card looked like a J. Earl, and when we were talking about the numbers, we were like, well, both Earls are J.
Yeah.
But, that is Jackson Earl at the plate as he takes this one outside for a ball.
I just think it was funny.
It was funny.
The players' reactions in the dugout.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Jackson Earl. And that one's low for ball 2.
I believe it's Jackson Earl.
Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson Earl.
I'll just call him Jax.
Or we call him Jax. That's what they're calling him in the dugout.
This one lined and down for a base hit into center field, and Jackson Earl comes through with a base hit.
Yeah, big piece of hit.
Second hit of the day.
Fell between second baseman, shortstop area, and the center fielder coming in.
So the leadoff hitter, Cam Gill, at the plate, and with 2 outs, Washington trying to put something together here. Ball inside. On Gill. Dupuis checks the runner at first and throws over. And Earl is picked off at first base. That's the second time in the ball game Washington has had a runner picked off. And we will head to the bottom of the fifth quickly here. With our score, Georgetown 1, Washington nothing. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back here to Mike Johnson Park. 1-0 Georgetown leads Washington as we head to the bottom of the fifth between the Bulldogs and the Patriots. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis. Good ball game between these two teams, Spencer. Josh McCarthy certainly keeping his team in the game. I guess a positive for Washington is they'll have the top of the order with no outs to begin the sixth, but so far their lineup really hasn't come through too much, just 2 hits on the day.
Yeah, and I know they're not happy about it. And, I think that players are going to rally around that heading into the later innings of this one.
Yeah, we shall see. Certainly have at least battled at the plate, but again, haven't really been able to come through consistently. For Georgetown, it will be Balloon, Venters, Moody, 9-1-2 hitters due up as there's a bouncer in the dirt for ball 1. Balloon on the day, he lined out to center field. And besides that, that's his only at-bat so far. 1-0 pitch here from Josh McCarthy is low for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes on Balloon, the left fielder. McCarthy delivers the next pitch. It's foul tipped for strike number 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1-0 Georgetown here in the bottom of the fifth inning between Georgetown and Washington. Mingo Bay Classic. Bulldogs looking for a win. And then they'll kind of have to wait and see since they did give up 12 runs yesterday, gave up 7 runs in game number 1. And this one hit towards second, and a good play again over there at second base by Gabe Schoen.
Yeah, Gabe Schoen flashing the glove there. Showing the glove, I guess you could say.
And a few putouts throughout this one. And that will bring Venters to the plate. But as I was saying, even if Washington's 2-1, depending on how it all works, everybody gets to play tomorrow, but Saturday may still be up in the air for this team.
Well, I mean, you have to win tomorrow to get to Saturday.
It's true. There's a fly ball to center in terms of who they get to play tomorrow. And if they, I guess, advance to the I don't know exactly how it works, but as I was talking with Coach, he was saying how the team's run differential may not be good enough for them to actually play for the championship, even if they were to get a win today. But currently down 1-0, so that doesn't matter too much at this very moment. As here's a ball hit in the air, Dunbar dives and he makes the catch for out number 3. You'll see that one from Brandon Dunbar. What a play by the third baseman. That will end the inning, and we head to the 6th, see if that's the momentum that can get the Washington bats going. It's Georgetown 1, Washington 0. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Back to historic Mike Johnson Park. An excellent play in foul territory on a pop fly by Brandon Dunbar ends the inning as we head to the sixth. It's the top of the order due up for Washington, as Connor Dupuis on the mound.
Hey, you did that a lot last year. I will
I?
give it to you. This is the first time that you've done it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have kind of similar names. They both end in
Yeah.
Spencer, Connor.
Yeah.
And you're both obviously a Dupuis, so it just kind of comes out when you know a guy like Spencer Dupuis that you think Spencer. But excellent play by Dunbar. See, that's the momentum this Washington team needs to maybe carry it over to the offense here as Gill leading things off here. It's top of the order, like I said, so depending on how deep you get, I mean, this may be the last realistic shot for Washington. Not that the bottom of the order can't contribute, but Dupuis has been so dominant. You like your top guys, obviously, a little bit more. And Gill pokes this one out to center field. That's a leadoff single. So the tying run is on first base for the Washington Patriots, and Cam Moore coming to the plate.
Hey, Nick, I've got something funny for you. So last year, Washington played the same three teams in the pre-scheduled games. Isn't that wild?
This one fouled away. Yeah, I think I kind of had gathered that maybe Washington was a little bit disappointed that they were playing the same teams again.
Yeah.
But
well, they won't play the same team tomorrow in Bishop McConnell because Bishop McConnell is not in this tournament.
It's true.
So they can't play the same four teams.
This one gets away from the catcher. That allows Gill to advance to second. So the tying run is now in scoring position for Cam Moore, who's battled here for a 1-1 count. I'm sorry.
Cam Moore's on deck.
Dunbar, yes. Brandon Dunbar, Cam Moore on deck. Dunbar made that excellent play defensively. Can he come through with a big hit here? The runner takes his lead off second. Dupuis checks the pitch to Dunbar. A big swing and a miss for strike two. That hit, though, by Gill, just really good piece of hitting. Just kind of took what the pitcher gave him and lined it out to center field to get that base hit to lead off the inning, and now he's taking second base on the pass ball. That one a little bit high for ball two. Even count here. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dunbar with Gill on second base. Dupuis all of a sudden feels a little bit of pressure from this Washington lineup. Dupuis' next pitch. Hit out towards center field, and making the play is Nash. And unfortunately for Washington, just not quite enough power on that ball to allow the runner to advance to third. But that will bring Cam Moore to the plate. Still a runner in scoring position. With only 1 out in the inning. And Moore on the day as Dunbar flies out the center, but Moore on the day with a pair of flyouts to left. And that one to Moore is fouled off.
Yeah, Moore's got a chance to put his team in a tie.
Yeah. Could be a big rally here from Washington.
And then you got Colin Reed right behind him.
Yeah, top
the
of
best
the
player in the EPAC. Arguably one of the best players in the EPAC.
I think he's the best hitter.
Yes.
The next pitch in there for a called strike, 0-2 count. And if he was able to pitch, you'd say the best pitcher, or one of the best pitchers. I wouldn't necessarily say he's the best pure pitcher, but certainly a very talented pitcher. And if he was able to do both, you'd have to say he'd be the best overall player. But since he's not able to do both, it's kind of tough to argue that right now, but still a very good player and a very good hitter. Get a little rally here, and Dupuis taking a mound visit with his catcher, Davis. As the Washington dugout certainly into things here with a runner on second base. An 0-2 count. 1 out in the inning, a 1-0 lead for Georgetown. And Cam Moore at the plate of a runner, and Gill on second base. He's the tying run. Dupuis looks into his catcher, Davis. Davis gives him the single. The left-hander comes set, checks the runner back at second base, and now steps off and looks back. The runner and Gill. So Dupuis certainly starting to feel the intensity as the wind has picked up a little bit here.
Yeah, it's drizzling.
The next pitch, Moore sends this one right to the second baseman, Moody, who fires over to second for the double play, and that ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the sixth, 1-0. Georgetown on top, and they'll try to extend that lead heading into the bottom of the sixth inning. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back to Mike Johnson Park here in Georgetown, South Carolina. A little bit of wind, or a little bit of rain, I should say, starting to come down here at the ballpark. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Spencer Dupuis. And with the rain coming down a little bit, not enough to really be too dramatic, but trying to get our gear a little bit covered up here. As it's just a very light drizzle, but obviously that could lead to something more. Tonight it's expected to rain quite a bit, and thunderstorms are possible. So we'll see really what happens with tomorrow's games. Now, it was supposed to rain like all day tomorrow. That may not be the case anymore, so if it's just rain tonight, hopefully they can get the fields in good enough shape to play tomorrow's games, because a lot of teams are planning on going home on Saturday, which would mean they'd get short a game, so you don't want to see that. But here's a big swing and a miss here to lead off this inning from Mitchell as McCarthy gets ahead. It's been an excellent performance from Josh McCarthy, one that he can definitely take with him, as there's a bouncer in the dirt, and that came up and hit Poltar, I believe, in the neck. So he's going to kind of like limp that one off. It's definitely kind of an awkward bounce up there, and umpire gives him a little bit of time to check on himself. Coach Desarno is going to come in and just say, hey, you all right? You think you're good to obviously continue? I thought it maybe hit him in the Adam's apple or up in the neck area, it looked like initially.
It looks like he's kind of got. I think he might have a necklace on. Is that might have hit his neck, maybe?
Could be, yeah. So I think he takes that off. They were going to maybe check on a trainer, but I think Poltar's all right.
And Coach Desarno walking back laughing.
So it's good to see.
But yeah, I think there's a necklace that might have hit him.
Yep, so Poltar appears to be good now, and 1-1 count, 1-0 Georgetown. And as I was saying, McCarthy, as he gets that one to be fouled off, McCarthy can take this one back and continue the confidence out there on the mound. And not that he's pitched bad at all this season, but against a really quality Georgetown team to hold them to 1 run, and it wasn't like they they kind of got a little bit lucky with the run in terms of it was some good sacrifices. There's a big swing and a miss for the strikeout. Only the second strikeout. It hasn't been necessarily dominant in that category. Both of them on Mitchell, but allowing his defense to play well behind him. And that's
it's always good when you can force ground ball outs and pop outs.
Any way you can get outs, guys will take it, especially at this level. But for the Washington team, too, I know defense has been a little bit of an issue for them. So, so far, it's been good defensively. And then, it's good to see. First pitch, a little bit missing there for a ball.
And, it's tough right now. They have one more hit than Georgetown, but they have one less run.
Yep. Happens sometimes. 2-0 count. One down. The next pitch from McCarthy, missing outside for ball 3. So 3 balls. No strikes, 1 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th. It is Georgetown 1, Washington 0. The next pitch from McCarthy, a called strike. Called strike 1 here on Davis, the 4-hitter, with 1 out in the inning. The next pitch from McCarthy, it misses for ball 4. Now we'll bring Connor Dupuis to the plate, and Spencer. Connor so far has a double and a ground out, but a little bit of pressure being put on. We'll have a courtesy runner for
it'll be Luke
Davis. It'll be Luke Johnson there with 2 outs in the inning. Here's a thrower to first. Not in time. McCarthy now delivers the next pitch. And it's a call on strike 1. So McCarthy gets ahead here on Dupuis. That double, his courtesy runner would come around to score. That's the 1 run so far in this one. And the next pitch just misses. Looked pretty good from our angle. But then we saw a fly out, which resulted in the runner going from second to third. An RBI single from Martin, and that scored the run for Georgetown. And right now the difference in this one, 1-0. The next pitch from McCarthy, I believe it hit Dupuis, so he's on first. And quickly now Georgetown has an opportunity to add some insurance runs with runners on first and second. Just 1 out in the inning.
Now it looks like Coach Desarno walking out and saying, where to hit him, where to hit him.
Yeah, just want some clarification on that one because, at least from our angle, it's tough to see with a lefty up. So.
I don't think he likes the clarification he got.
Well, yeah. I thought maybe Poulter had kind of pointed like it did hit him. Because I think on the pass ball, he obviously didn't want to have to get to that pass ball. If it was a live ball, Georgetown could be sitting on third right now. But since it was not a live ball and it hit him, obviously Poulter, his catcher, saw it. So that one gets into the zone for strike 1. I think it was more so maybe him asking about that last pitch right before that looked like a strike.
Get you an update on some EPAC games. Look like
this one gets away from the catcher Poltar. Runners advance to second and third. Go ahead, Spencer.
Looks like Spring Mills fell to Petersburg 6-5 in that ball game. Cover went 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, 4 earned, striking out 3. Bromwell, he blew the save, unfortunately, but he only gave up 2 hits, no runs. But it's good to see that he's pitching again because we had heard that he wasn't pitching due to something. So the fact that his name is in the game-changer box score is very good.
The 1-1 misses low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out in the inning, 1-0 Georgetown. They now have 2 runners in scoring position, looking to add some insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. McCarthy delivers the next pitch, hit on the ground toward third for Dunbar. Only going to be able to get 1, so a run comes in to score. A throw down to third. Gets away from the third baseman covering the bag, and Dunbar.
Well, he had Moore over
back.
there as well.
I wasn't sure exactly who was covering over there, to be honest.
It looks like Moore's coming up hobbled as well.
Yep, but a run comes in to score, makes it 2-0 Georgetown on the ground out by Nash.
Yeah. Get an update here before this first pitch. Looks like Musselman's 16-game win streak will come to an end unless they can rally for 6 runs. They got about 4 innings to do so. 3 innings, excuse me.
This one gets away from the catcher Poltar, and a second run is in to score, and it is now 3-0 Georgetown. And you can see couldn't probably see it, but we can see the frustration from JT Desarno. I mean, it's just little things really holding this team back. It seems like all year, Spencer. And depending on how this, top of the 7th goes, I mean, they could be falling to 6 and 9, but just a few little things here and there, and you never know what this team's record could be. They clearly have some talent, but can they start to put it together and play with consistency? And that's been the issue all season, is that one misses high.
Yeah, I mean, I think, a lot of consistency comes when I think they'd be a little bit better already just playing if Colin Reed was able to pitch.
For sure, yeah.
I don't think they'd have 9 losses.
This one bounces in the dirt for a ball 3-0 count. I mean, it is a team with a lot of new faces. Some guys may be older in terms of their age on the roster, but may not have a ton of varsity experience. You got a lot of young guys. You lost a lot from last year, especially in the pitching department. You've seen pitching still be pretty good for your team for the most part, as we have a mound visit here from Coach Desarno trying to calm down Josh McCarthy. I mean, it's a 3-0 game. He's pitched a really great game for this Washington team against a really tough Georgetown lineup. But how does he work out of it here? I mean, now the base paths are empty. You don't want to put another guy on base and continue this rally. You do have 2 outs in the inning. If you can try to just get a ground ball or get out of this batter, you're still within reach here in the 7th. I mean, it's going to be tough because you're going to be in the middle of the order, not necessarily the best spot to be in. But, I mean, Colin Reed, if he can get you going with a nice hit, we'll see. But there's a guy that you'll walk here in Martin and get to the 8-hitter Crocker. But, I mean, you're in a good spot. Not a great spot necessarily. Like I said, you're in the top of the order. Last thing you would like to see, at least run to come around to score to tie it. But Reed, Clem, Poltar, all pretty good hitters, all experienced guys in the middle of that order to lead things off. But you don't want to get behind more than 3. This one's another bouncer from McCarthy and another runner in scoring position now for Georgetown. Starting to lose it maybe a little bit, but with just 1 out to get out of this inning and probably end the day for McCarthy if you're able to even, tie it up and go to another pitcher. You'd like to see him be able to get this last out without too much damage. But we'll have to wait and see. Crocker at the plate, awaiting the 1-0 pitch, and that's low for ball 2. 2-0, 2 down. Runner on second base takes his lead. The next pitch fouled away. So McCarthy gets a strike there. 3-0 now our score in favor of the Georgetown Bulldogs, the home team in this one here at the historic Mike Johnson Park. The next pitch, a chopper, hit on the ground toward third, and it hits foul down that third baseline.
I believe Georgetown, if they go on to win this one like they're up to 3-0, they will be 3-0 in the tournament once again like they were last year.
They've been having a great chance to continue to advance through this one. Definitely.
But I guess it always helps when you're, playing in your own ballpark, sleeping in your own bed.
Yeah, that certainly doesn't hurt. As
playing
that
at
pitch
night every night, playing the same time.
Just misses from McCarthy for full count. 3-2 with 2 down. Runner takes his lead off second. The pitch. Hit hard into right center field. That will get down for extra bases. Crocker rounding first. He's into second with an RBI double, and it is 4-0 Georgetown here in the 6th. And that might do it for Josh McCarthy. As Coach Desarno coming out, I think it is, yeah, we're going to see Andy Clem. And we will take a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll have our pitching change. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
We welcome you back here to historic Mike Johnson Park. Pitching change here. Looks like it's going to be Andy Clem to take over for Josh McCarthy. Straight swap between the two as McCarthy heads to first. Clem heads to the mound on the lefty, trying to get one more out with Washington trailing 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. And Spencer, can you give us a line on Josh McCarthy this evening?
Yeah, Josh McCarthy, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. He hit 2 players tonight. He had exactly 100 pitches, 55 for strikes, 26 batters faced tonight. And I believe the last time, it would have been the last time that Andy Clem pitched. He had that tough one as he came in relief, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout back against Hedgesville. And if you're tuned in, you probably know how that ended.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
But
the new day, turn things around.
Kids are
things
gonna,
happen.
Kids are going to do things. They're going to say things, and things happen. I think overall, you're happy that the guy cares out there, and that's clear with Clem. And he's a good pitcher. He's had some really good performances for Washington this year as kind of their main late inning guy. And I mean, he had that situation, but he's moved on from that. And emotion is a big part of the game, but you got to be able to keep those emotions in check. And I think Clem will continue to do that.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah,
you have to go through adversity and figure out things, and sitting those 3 games definitely hurt him, not probably being able to be in the dugout. And, you learn from that. You take that forward and go with it, in not only in baseball but in life.
Yeah, and it's clear that Coach Desarno and this team have still kept their faith in him. So We'll see what Andy Clem can do here as he starts with a big swing and a miss for strike one.
He throws that one by the Bulldog.
Balloon here at the plate, the number 9 hitter in the lineup after the RBI double from Crocker. He stands on second base. The next pitch from Clem hit hard into right center field. That will get down for another base hit, an extra base hit. That will score the run from second. It's now 5-0. Trying to try for 3 is Balloon. The throw to third, not in time. It's a triple for Balloon as that one rolls all the way down that third base side. And it is 5-0. Georgetown.
Yeah, and it's been on, we saw Georgetown last night, and they were playing small ball. Not much small ball being played tonight. They're hitting it out into center field and, getting it towards the warning track and the wall.
Haven't really had the runners on base to play that small ball, but we definitely are seeing some good things in this inning. Other than that, Georgetown's been held in check by this Washington team, so we'll see what Clem can do with a runner on third, and the next pitch misses low here to Venters. 5-0. Georgetown leading Washington here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As 4 runs put up in this inning alone, and that one misses outside for ball number 2. So 2-0 count. Balloon standing on third base after the RBI triple. Not too often do you see a straight-up triple. The Balloon definitely got that with this deeper park, as this one hit hard again. That one into left field. That's another base hit and another RBI for the Georgetown Bulldogs. It's now 6-0 on the Venters RBI single.
Yeah, and unfortunately no outs. The line is just moving for these Bulldogs right now.
I believe it's 2 outs. I think the scoreboard might have had an issue.
You're right, 2 outs.
So 6-0.
But 2-out rally's pretty good. I mean, we talked about that earlier with Martinsburg. They had a few 2-out rallies.
Next pitch from Clem is in there for a called strike to Moody. Nearly hitting around. We had a strikeout to lead things off from Mitchell. And a sacrifice from Nash. That was an RBI sacrifice. That made it at the time just a 2-0 game. But a walk, a few wild pitches, and things have resulted now with back-to-back or 3 hits in a row and 3 RBIs on those hits, extending the lead to 6-0. Here Clem gets ahead, though, 0-2 on the batter, Moody. Moody so far got out at third, a fielder's choice, and then a walk on the day. That was a pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Poltar. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. 6-0. Georgetown leads Washington here in the bottom of the 6th. It's been a big insurance run inning for the Georgetown Bulldogs. 5 of them coming across to score. The next pitch from Clem is high and outside. That gets away from Poltar. Runner goes to second. Some tough plays defensively in this inning after what has been, up until this point, a really good defensive game for Washington. And then these last 3 batters have just, really squared up the baseball well.
And they really just need, it's 1 pitch here, 2 strikes, 2
outs. The 2-2 from Clem, a little bit high for ball 3. So we have a full count here on the second baseman, Moody, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, the DH Mitchell in the on-deck circle for Georgetown, who leads 6-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. The next pitch from Clem is low for ball 4, and the inning will continue. Batted around now has Georgetown.
You got to erase that 7 on your scorebook and put 6.
Can't erase it. It's printed on there.
Or just cross it
off, yeah. It's the only option I got.
You know what I meant.
It'd be cool if I could erase it somehow.
I mean, you get white out. You just white it out.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
I have white out, just not on me. Back in the Eagle School Road studios, there's some white out.
Here's the pitch. Popped up. Trying to get over there is McCarthy, but it's going to head out of play.
Yeah, along the, I believe they call it the dad's deck.
The dad's deck.
That's what that line is called back down there. It's reserved for the Georgetown
just the
Bulldog
dads?
dads. That's what it says. There's a little thing on it.
What about the moms? Do they get a deck?
I don't know. I think they get those nice seats.
Could be.
I don't know. That's just what it reads.
I mean, hey, I'm not Georgetown. Just wondering where the mom's deck is. Why are we separating people?
I don't know. I'm reading the sign.
Pitch misses outside for a ball. I'm not criticizing you, Spencer.
I know.
You have nothing to do with it.
Oh, no. I just read the sign. I can't answer the question.
Well, you got a lot of questions now. That's been
more questions than answers.
Yep. That's what we have here at Georgetown. In the Mingo Bay Classic, 6-0. Georgetown leading. The next pitch from the left-hander is chopped foul. And now 1-2 count.
Maybe you can hear Coach Desarno in the background. Finish it. Come on, finish it.
Well, the inning started with a Mitchell strikeout.
Maybe it should end.
And Washington would like for it to end with a Mitchell strikeout as well. Runners on first and second. It's been a tough inning for the Patriots, who came in just down 1-0. It's now 6-0. The pitch from Clem, low. The throw from Poltar down to third. Safe. Down there at third. And the runners on second and third now as a runner advanced from first. With 2 outs in the inning, a 2-2 count, and Andy Clem trying to get the Patriots out of this big jam here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Clem takes his breath.
Get him out of this Jambo jam.
Next pitch from Andy Clem is high and outside for ball 3. Just can't seem to find it once you get to 2 strikes. Has kind of been the story of the inning for Washington. Clem takes off his hat, readjusts it, takes a breath, sets his feet, looks into his catcher Poltar. Runners take their leads off second and third. The pitch from Andy Clem, low for ball 4 in the inning. Continues with another walk. So we now bring the 10th batter of the inning to the plate in Davis. He had a walk. And then Dupuis was hit by a pitch. We had a sacrifice from Nash. That extended the lead out to 2-0.
And this would be the winning run at the plate. 6-0.
That's true, yeah. I was confused for a second there, Spencer, but yeah, you're right. We could technically see the game go from, as there's a hit by a pitch, another run coming in to score to make it 7-0. Clem definitely frustrated with it. Desarno is going to come out and speak to him.
I think we might have a pitching change potentially. Let's see what he motions. He's waiting to get it until he gets back up there.
I think he's
he took it. He took the ball.
He's going to take Clem out. It was a tough outing out there, so we'll take another break. We'll get you that pitching change when we come back. This is the Mingo Bay Classic at 7-0 Georgetown here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
So we got another pitching change as we continue here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Our pitching changes are brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Our pitching change, it's now Easton Pruitt on the mound for Washington as Andy Clem tried to get out of this inning. It's still 2 outs. But Clem just didn't really have his best stuff from the left-hander, and it was already, a tough situation, Spencer. So he went out there. He did come close to getting out of the inning several times, but, this Georgetown offense has really exploded at times, and also Washington just can't seem to get out of this inning.
We've got some changes in the field as Clem goes back to first. McCarthy moves to second. And I'm assuming whoever played second came out of the ball game here. Let me double check here.
Looks like Schoen came out of the game potentially, or did he maybe go to right for Kearns? I'm not certain.
No, Kearns still in the right.
Okay.
Well, this isn't updated.
Well, Pruitt will deliver this pitch, and this one is hit hard, center field. And making the play on the run is Earl for out number 3, but not before 6 of them come across the score for Georgetown. It's now 7-0, Georgetown on top. And we head to the 7th with Washington coming to the plate. See what they got left in them from the Patriots. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back to historic Mike Johnson Park. See what Washington has left. Trailing now 7-0 after a 6-run bottom of the 6th inning to really break this game open for the Georgetown Bulldogs as they rally for 6. In what was, a pitcher's duel between Josh McCarthy and Connor Dupuis, who remains out there on the mound for Georgetown so far, just giving up 3 hits.
He's trying to go the complete 7.
McCarthy, though, he battled.
He did. He had a heck of a game tonight.
Heck of a 5 2/3. But then once you got to that point, unfortunately, the wheels kind of came off. So the final stat line isn't going to look that great, but really those first 5 2/3, as we know, Spencer, from watching it here in person.
Yeah.
Was some good stuff from Josh McCarthy. Just unfortunately, Georgetown started to rally against him for that man's night. But Connor Dupuis has been great, and we'll see what the Bulldogs can do or what the Patriots have left as Colin Reed takes the first pitch for a ball outside. It's Reed, Clem, Poltar due up for the Patriots. The next pitch to Colin Reed.
Do or die situation.
Is fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Georgetown looking to improve to 3-0 in the tournament. Washington trying to avoid falling to 1-2 after that exciting extra inning game they played on night 1, 10-7 win over Waccamaw. Here's a chopper hit towards short. Venters throws the first in time for out number 1. Now bring Andy Clem to the plate. So 1 out of the inning. Clem trying to do his job now after the 6-3 ground out. Clem on the day, a pair of strikeouts. The lefty versus lefty matchup, the pitch from Dupuis runs in, and I thought it hit him, but apparently it just missed him. So Clem will stand in after the pitch goes behind him for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out in the inning. The next pitch to Clem from Dupuis is high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Connor Dupuis. It's called strike at the knees. 2 balls and a strike. The Washington Patriots trail Georgetown 7-0 here in the Mingo Bay Classic. The next pitch, a big swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Poltar in the on-deck circle. Connor Dupuis trying to throw the complete game shutout for the Georgetown Bulldogs. The next pitch, a called strike number 3. And that will bring Mike Poltar to the plate. He has a walk and a strikeout so far today. Poltar, the final out for Washington so far remaining. They're down to that final out, I should say.
Yeah.
Poltar, the catcher, digs in against Dupuis. McCarthy in the on-deck circle. The pitch, a little bit high for ball 1. One-0 count. The next pitch, chopper hit towards short. Venters fields it, throws the first. Poltar slides in, but he is out at first base. And that does it for this one. Georgetown gets the win 7-0 over the Washington Patriots. It was a good game until the bottom of the 6th when things kind of fell apart for Washington, where they gave up 6 runs, 6 of those 7. But other than that, it was a pretty competitive effort against a really good Georgetown team. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the post-game show. Once again, your final score, Georgetown 7, Washington 0. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
And the streak continues! CMA's Martinsburg dealerships continue to knock out the competition with their competitive pricing, extensive selection, and lifetime powertrain warranty. With over 450 new and used vehicles in stock and on the way, CMA won't leave you waiting on a bench.
That's right, CMA's Martinsburg dealerships are once again the most valuable dealers in the area.
For the strongest and deepest lineups, visit CMA's Martinsburg dealerships online at martinsburg.cmacars.com today. And good luck to all Panhandle High School student athletes.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the postgame show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back here to Mike Johnson Park as we get into the postgame show, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. Fast, fresh, friendly, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. And we'll start with the game summary as we wrap things up here from Mike Johnson Park on this Thursday. Tomorrow we'll have some games for you. We just don't know exactly when.
When or where.
When or where, but we will get that to you on social media. But our game summary, brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809. Go to FMIWV.com. The game began with no runs in that first inning, but a 1-0 Georgetown lead in the second. And then no runs came across until that sixth. The bottom of the sixth is when things kind of fell apart for the Washington Patriots. 6 runs come across the score to help Georgetown get the 7-0 win on just 5 hits. Washington scores no runs, just 3 hits today for the Patriots. And that was your game summary. No errors between either team, so from that part, it was a clean game, and the defense was good behind both pitchers. But that kind of, just a really bad 6th inning for Washington, and besides that, they just couldn't really get that final out.
Yeah,
it could have only been maybe a 3-0 game.
That inning really doomed them tonight.
But, kind of hurt all your confidence and hurt all of your chances to do any sort of rally. Had a few opportunities throughout, but just nothing really there at the end. So Washington falls in this one 7-0. We'll now get into our game stats. We'll talk about the individuals a little bit more here. As I mentioned, Washington had just 3 hits. Those hits come from Gill, Dunbar, and then Earl. 3 for 21 at the plate. 3 walks on the day, 7 strikeouts, and not a great performance, but 3 for 21 on the plate. McCarthy, his final stat line's not going to look great, but it was a lot better. And, the final stats actually were 5 2/3, 3 hits, 5 earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts for him. Gill comes in, 2 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks. Pruitt gets that final out there on the fly ball to center. Venters for Georgetown, he gets a hit in 3 at-bats, 1 hit for Martin, 1 hit for Crocker, 1 hit for Balloon, and 1 hit for Dupuis, part of that 5-hit day. 5 of 22 at the plate for Georgetown, 7 runs scoring. Dupuis, 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts for him. Our game stats were brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer, located on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. And finally, our WV Medicine player of the game, WV Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Spencer, it's got to be Connor Dupuis tonight. 7 innings on the mound.
Yeah, 7 innings, complete game shutout, and I guess technically a little bias here.
No, not really.
Not really. It was a dominant performance for him on the mound, and you got to give credit where credit's due.
If we were biased, we would have chosen somebody on Washington.
That is true. But you got to give credit where credit's due. A really good player on the mound, and hopefully we're broadcasting some baseball tomorrow. Hopefully the rain tonight doesn't cause a washout.
Yeah, we certainly hope so. But, again, stay tuned on social media for our schedule tomorrow. But for Dylan Bishop back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, our cameraman, Spencer Dupuis, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from
historic
Mike Johnson Park in Georgetown, South Carolina. Dylan will have the scoreboard show for you on the other side of this break. This has been the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We're going to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rox, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome into the Postgame Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Game you just tuned into on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 was Georgetown and Washington. From Georgetown, South Carolina, a 7-0 victory on their home field for the Bulldogs over the Washington Patriots. We'll get you into some scores in the rest of the sports world tonight. Again, mentioned in the first game earlier tonight, there's no games tonight in the NBA. This is one day off in the 4-game stretch of the play-in tournament. Tomorrow, there will be four teams squaring off in 2 games to decide the 8 seeds in both the Eastern and Western Conference. The Bulls will be visiting the Miami Heat at 7 o'clock on TNT, and at 9:30 on ESPN, the Thunder will be visiting the Minnesota Timberwolves, again to decide the 8 seeds. But around the rest of the baseball world tonight in Major League Baseball, 2 games that have already gone final from afternoon play. The Orioles getting an 8-7 victory over the Athletics on a walk-off solo home run by Adley Rutschman, and a 9-3 victory for the Rays over the Red Sox to tie the record for the best start in Major League Baseball history at 13-0. 3 games going on right now. The Cincinnati Reds leading the Philadelphia Phillies 3-1 in the bottom of the third. Bottom 1 in New York, a 9-run top of the first inning for the Minnesota Twins, 9 runs on 8 hits, a 9-0 lead before the Yankees even come up to bat in the Bronx. Top of the third inning in Toronto, no score between the Tigers and the Blue Jays, 2 games that have yet to have their first pitch. St. Louis and the Pittsburgh Pirates, Cardinals hosting at 7:45, and the San Diego Padres will be at home against the Milwaukee Brewers at 9:40. This has been the post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Again, Georgetown with a 7-0 victory over the Washington Patriots. Post-game scoreboard show brought to you by Cody's Auto Body. This is Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, wishing you a great rest of your Thursday evening.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, The Skinner Law Firm, Laddie's, Trips Flooring, Jambo Construction and Fencing, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Honda of Winchester, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, Rock's Local Markets, CMA Toyota Chevrolet of Martinsburg, Orsini's Home Store, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and by Hagerstown Ford.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.